Okay.
Clark called me.
You were at Hilton Head, so you were too far away.
In my kindergarten room.
Oh.
Which had a phone
Are you
in
filming?
it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, I was in my kindergarten room at Hilton Head, and Mr. Sam Clark from down the road called, and he said, Jenny, I just want you to know, the Bulldozers are on your property. I said, no way, Sam. Oh, yes, ma'am. We, our family, me, Joe, Tom, we had not signed a contract or our rights for a right-of-way with the Santee Cooper Electric Co-op to come on our property is the issue, because we weren't going to settle like everybody else did for just whatever they would give you, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We were negotiating. So I said, well, they don't have permission. Well, you better call the sheriff. So I called Joe Profit, who, I don't know, what were you doing?
I don't know, Jen.
Why, how could you come?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'm looking all over this place for my reading glasses.
And they're on your head.
I just.
So I
Be
called
that
Joe
all the time.
Profit, and I said,
And he's the
Joe,
sheriff?
no, I didn't call the sheriff.
She
I
called
called
me.
Joe Profit.
Oh,
in
that's you?
Greenville.
That's right.
And I said, you've got to get to the farm. The Bulldozers are on the property. They're going right along. We're the next one on the list they're pushing through for the right of way, and we hadn't signed the paper, which I knew it'd take her an hour to get down here. But the problem was they were way in the back, down this
You
little
couldn't even hear them.
dirt road. And Joe's going on the telephone, but where are they? I said, down Tully's Road. You've got to go down Tully's Road.
I knew where that was.
Yeah, but then she didn't know where to go. It's on Tully's Road, which I didn't know where I could tell her because I'm in Hilton Head. Anyway, touchdown. Okay, so I said, just go down there and you'll have to just look and listen for there are 3 bulldozers, huge.
It's not like you can miss them.
That's right. Well, but they were over like the dirt road, and then you had a lot of woods, and then they were pushing through the right-of-way, see. And she wasn't going to be near them. And we know she's not one to get out of the car and walk, because she doesn't know where she's going. And she, at that point, she had a little black Toyota. Do you remember the butt bumper? And I said, she said, well, will the car go down the road? You know, I said, now, go down the road. I mean, don't go down in the ruts. Get on the side, you know, in the middle.
Mm.
Don't get stuck. Well, I mean.
So you went back there with your car?
Yeah.
Well, there is a road.
Yeah, it is, but it has ruts. But I guess you had
my little flip phone.
your little flip phone. So I called her back in an hour, and she's going, I hear the bulldozers. I hear the bulldozers, but I don't know where they are. I said, well, just get out. You got to get out of the car. You've got to walk.
And meanwhile, you're at school
In a room with, yes.
with the kindergartners.
I'm like, follow the sound. Go on. And it was winter. I know it was winter.
Well, and I just was wandering through the woods.
Listening, and lo, she comes out, and here is this bulldozer. So she sees I see it. I see the bulldozer. I see it. And of course, I could hear the bulldozer on the telephone. And JoJo's going,
What kind of pie?
so then,
Yeah, I want a piece in a minute.
then I said, Joe, go to the bulldozer. Tell him to get off our property. We have not signed an agreement. They're trespassing. The next phone call will be to the sheriff. Well, I'm going to tell him. I'm going to go tell him. And then she stopped. Yes, she goes, I hear the bulldozer motor louder and louder. Hey! Oh, hey! not you. You've got to get off this property. I don't know what he said. I mean, it was like,
Ma'am? I said, you're going to have to stay. You don't have permission to be on this property. Ma'am?
I'm going to call the sheriff. And she says, he won't listen. I said, give him the phone. Give him the phone. And he, yeah? I said, you're trespassing. We're going to call the sheriff. We have not signed, we've got to litigate with the, well, you're just the next one on the list, ma'am. I'm just going down the list. I said, I don't care what list. I said, well, give it to her. We need it for evidence. Give her the list. Anyway, Joe had this stick.
That I picked up.
And he said, I said, follow her to the road, which I didn't know how far that was. So she starts off.
In your car again?
No, walking.
Walking. So what'd you do with your car?
It was
on the
over
road.
wherever.
And I found this, it was like a staff. Like Moses had.
Except it didn't turn into a snake.
And I said, okay, y'all go on. He said, no, ma'am, I believe we'll just follow you. So here I am walking with my staff stick.
With the bulldozers following.
2 of them.
Where was he gonna follow you?
To the blacktop.
And I didn't even try to walk
Right.
fast. I just
They
walked
didn't
like.
know where it was?
How did they get out there?
We don't. See, they were just bulldozing through a right-of-way. You know, from one piece of land to the next. They didn't know whose land they were on. They were just
I'm
going.
sure they were just following there.
Yes.
Then I wonder how Sam saw them.
Oh, he knew because we've been watching for him.
Oh.
Because he knew we were litigating.
And I'm sure
with
they
him.
were shocked to see this woman come walking out of the woods with a staff.
And a cell phone.
Yeah.
Talk to my sister.
Now, what did the guy when you were watching Jenny get when you gave him the phone? What was his face like?
It was a long time ago.
He was just listening. I mean, he was just the bulldozer guy. He didn't know what.
No, he didn't know. He was just, like I said, he was just going from one piece of land to the next. He didn't know where he was, really, other than he was outside of Due West. And you're just the next one on the list. I said, yeah, but we hadn't signed the line. So then that really anteed up when we got into litigation. Because I took pictures of everything that they'd done, took pictures of the trees, and we had to go to Columbia to this executive office to meet with these men because I wouldn't sign. I just,
What did they want to do?
They wanted a right-of-way. They put up power lines.
Oh.
And see, they come through and they go to everybody that owns property and they say, oh, we're coming through and we'll pay you X amount. And what happened, everybody just signed up because they just thought it was wonderful. But I knew it wasn't wonderful because we've been past petroleum, gas line goes this way. They've come through twice. And see, they condemn your property to get an easement through.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not really negotiable what you get for it. You see, it's just they condemn it. And then we're condemned twice down, once by Duke Power and the second time by Santee Cooper. 2 power electric co-ops. They've got power lines and then we've got a gas line. And the gas line that goes through, they fly over it every Tuesday since 9/11 because they watch it by computer. Anytime there's any movement in the pipe, the petroleum in the pipe, they send a plane out. Like if you rode over it and the computer sensed movement, you have to call them before you go over it with big machinery, not just a tractor. But anyway.
There it is.
There's the story. The whole story is crazy because I was in Hilton Head, she was in Greenville, and Mr. Sam called. I think you were. And you went down there like at 3 o'clock or something.
I must have been. I was still working.
Probably
Yeah.
dressed like a teacher.
Yeah, but the whole thing, and I mean, she really didn't know, you know, she just, because she is not one to walk, like we say, she's just not gonna walk.
I do now, Jenny. Now, stop saying that. That's true at that point.